Well, good day everyone. You join me today at the beautiful lake of Cheddar Gorge. How beautiful is it here? Just one or two ducks today, not so many. But yeah, I'm out on the Punisher, out raising a little bit of hell. I don't really do that, that's not in my nature, but I am out for a little bit of a ride on the Punisher. Hold on a sec. Let's make sure, just making sure the cameras are nice and clean. I'm using the 360 cam today. I hope that doesn't really play up. It did last time I tried to use it. Talking of playing up, I've had problems with the bikes. If any of you have been following me on Twitter and Instagram, you'll know I've had problems with the Punisher. I'm not sure what videos I've done. It's been a bit all over the place as late, I must admit, but I'm back out, I'm back on it, and here's another vlog. So what has been the problems with the Punisher? Let's get kitted up and get on the road, because me walking around the Punisher, I know you like seeing it, I don't do it a lot, do I really, the Punisher, or any of my bikes really, just walking around them. I ought to do a bit more of that. Right, let's get going. I'll tell you a bit more about the issues I've been having with the bikes. You would have seen some of what I've had to date. The issue, sorry. Let's get this camera on a better angle. Okay, right. So, issues with the bikes have basically been down to lithium batteries. I fitted a lithium battery on this bike and the 916, and yeah, I had problems. I had the rectifier connectors burn out, and what else happened? It basically kind of burnt out the rectifiers on the Punisher. It burnt out the rectifier wiring. The rectifier itself was okay, but I replaced it anyhow. And yeah, just kind of burnt out the wiring, and I had a flat battery, and then I recharged it and went again, and little unknown to me, I should have investigated it further, but I think that was when the damage was done to the wiring on the rectifier, and it wasn't sending a sufficient enough charge back to the battery, and it just ran the battery flat again. Now, is that a problem because of fitting a lithium battery? I think it is, because basically what I hadn't really known is that although these lithium batteries are listed for sale as a replacement part, you know, like for like standard to lithium, it does state not to use a standard charger on them, which I get and understand, and I didn't do that. I bought a proper lithium charger for it. But what I didn't know is that if they have a charge over, I think it's something like 14 volts, some I think lithiums are even lower than that. Basically they overcharge and you kind of kill the battery basically. Hold on a moment. Oh god, sorry. I am still actually battling with the kind of backlash of COVID. But anyway, getting back to the lithium batteries. Yeah, they basically throw too much of a charge back into the battery when they're on the bike. Just when you're running the bike, the charge from the stator is too much, and yeah, you overcharge the battery and kill the battery. So by the time I removed the lithium battery off the Punisher, it had gone out of shape. It had kind of blown up slightly out of shape, which I can only presume was by it getting too hot. It did worry me that it might set on fire. But I had also, before I had the second problem with the lithium battery on the Punisher, I also bought a lithium battery, stupidly really, for the 916, because I thought I'm going to treat it to the best of everything, and I'm going to put a really expensive, nice lithium lightweight battery on it. That also gave me the same issue. I was out a couple of weekends ago on it, and right out in the middle of nowhere with no phone reception, no signal, and no one about, and the bike went flat, the Ducati went flat, the battery went flat, and I had no charge in it, and there was no one about, as I say, so, and no phone signal, so I had to push it. And I pushed it, hello, I pushed it for like 4 miles and I couldn't get a signal till then, and I eventually found a cafe and left it there, and a really lovely, nice, kind man gave me a lift back into Cheddar, a lift back home, and yeah, I sorted everything out from there. But it was a headache to say the least. I bought a replacement battery and stripped the bike down to find that it had burnt out again the rectifier wiring, and some of it also going up onto the stator, so that's not quite so good. So I've got some repairs to make to the 916. The 916 is not working. Now I don't know again if that damage was caused by a lithium battery. I find it a big coincidence that I have 2 out of 3 bikes with lithium batteries on. The rectifiers of basically is burnt the wiring out on the connectors, you know. So yeah, was that caused by the lithium? I don't know. For me, I think it's too much of a coincidence. I've also posted these things up on Twitter and Instagram and had a lot of people come back to me and say, some on new bikes, some on old bikes. It's not across the board. There is no clear kind of defining issue with these lithium batteries, but they have been failing on other bikes. I had 2 guys, one with a Turono, one with an RSV4 of very similar age, quite new, around 2017, 2018, maybe a bit newer even. And they both had, one had a problem with the lithium battery, the other didn't. So how long can I sit in this traffic? I feel bad overtaking a fellow biker, and this traffic is quite tight together, and it's twist windy road, so I'm going to sit behind it and be safe. So back to the story of the lithium batteries. Yeah, so I've taken off the lithium off of the Punisher and replaced it with a standard one. I've taken the lithium battery off of the 916 and replaced it with a standard one. Good batteries again. I've used Moto batteries, and yeah, they've got a lot of good feedback. I had a lot of people recommending those to me, so that's what I fitted. And yeah, the Punisher is sorted. I went all through the Punisher, replaced all the broken wiring or burnt out wiring. I also replaced the stator on the Punisher as well, and I've got my little voltmeter up here, and it's giving me a good healthy charge all the time, even with my lights on, as where before it was seriously dropping off. But anyway, that's that. I've still got to fix the 916. I've been doing a lot of research on the 916, and a lot of people are recommending on the 916 forums to hardwire the stator and rectifier and eliminate the connectors, because they do keep burning out quite so often. So it's hard to tell if the lithium battery was responsible, but I'm erring on the side of caution. I'm not happy. I've got one very expensive lithium battery which is of no use at all, and it is completely dead, and I cannot get it to hold charge, and it's kind of lost its shape. And I've got another lithium battery which I had on the 916. That one I didn't charge at any point in time. I just fitted it on the bike and used it, and it eventually ran flat. I took that off, put it on charge, and it appears to be holding charge. I will check it again this weekend, because I charged it last weekend, but it appears to be okay. But yeah, they're not cheap, these lithium batteries, and you think, oh, I'll pay the extra because they're more powerful. They give extra cranking power, and which is always good. And I haven't had any problems with the one on Taffy's bike. I had a Shido battery on hers, and I had a Shido, whatever you want to pronounce it, Shido battery on the 916. So I'm trying to formulate some kind of understanding of what is making them fail, and I can't really find anything apart from the fact that they do not need or do not like having a charge being sent into them that's more than 14 volts. Now, general riding like this now, my voltmeter is saying 13.6 volts, which is fine, but when I get on the gas or in D-cell and on higher revs, it is taking it over 14 volts, and at that point it throws too much charge into the battery, and maybe with consistent kind of much overcharge it is causing those batteries to fail. So my conclusion is I'm no longer using lithium batteries. I'm very frustrated and annoyed that, you know, I've had to replace all the wiring on basically 2 bikes, so not all of it, but some of it, and, you know, buying what I thought was a premium product as a replacement, direct replacement. There's no talk of using the MOSFET rectifiers. There's no talk of modifying your loom or your, you know, charging system to ensure that you don't overcharge the battery whilst it's on the bike. So that is the only reason I think I can find a failure in it. Yes, the old Hondas, they were a little bit kind of susceptible to burning out the rectifiers, but not really a 1994 Fireblade. Around the year 2000, I was talking with Rob at RJ Motorcycles, and he was telling me this, that basically anything from like year 2000 onwards, they were eating rectifiers, but the older Fireblades were quite good, you know. Did I do it that zip? Yes, I bloody did. I don't want to lose all my stuff inside my pockets. So yeah, and I did also go right through the Punisher before putting that lithium battery on. I did ensure all the wiring was good. I'd spent a lot of time, put a lot of effort in on this bike before, making sure it was good and safe. It worked all winter, but then it kind of fell, didn't it, towards the end of the winter. There is a vlog up on the channel. But anyway, guys, I'm blabbing on, I'm waffling on again, all about lithium batteries. But I just wanted to kind of put that out there. So while I'm out, I just thought, I got my rucksack on, and I was going to go out and get a bit of shopping, and I thought, well, it's the Jubilee Bank holiday weekend, and I thought, well, it'd be too rude not to get out. So I'm out and I'm on it. I'm flipping on it, and I want a bit of clear road. I'm going to go down here, and I hope I can get past these two, and I have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna be sensible. I'm not in the mood for putting things at risk. I just want to go out and have a ride and enjoy the Punisher. And I was saying the other day on Twitter and Instagram, you know, how good this bike is for just allowing me to come out and relax. I don't worry, you know, if I'm on the 916, I'm worried about, you know, hitting some gravel and coming off on it, or, you know, just damaging it in general, throwing my leg over it and accidentally kicking the bodywork or something, you know. I worry about stuff like this. But on the Punisher, it is a bit rough and ready. It is a bit rough on the edges. You'll probably think it looks immaculate, but it's actually a little bit rough on the edges, for my standards anyway. And I just relax more so when I get on this bike and just chill and enjoy it. And there's a lot to be said for that, a flipping lot to be said for it. What things are going on? What things are going on in the world of Grizz and Taffy? Taffy is flat out with work. She doesn't have any days off over the Jubilee period. Actually, no, she has Saturday off with me, which will be nice. But we haven't got 4 days together, sadly. But I have got 4 days off. But she's working hard, bless her. We've both been working. I don't know if I really could call my work hard work, but I've been working-ish. Anyone that knows what I actually do for my job will completely understand with that statement, and understand where I'm coming from. What else? Well, let me take you up. I'll take you up the lane. I'll take you up the gravelly dirt track. I'll take you up here. This is where my bike, well, further on from here is where the 916 broke down. Here is the House of Pain. Yeah, so Taff is doing good. I've got her bike MOT'd as well now, and she's got out. Let's have a little blast up here. Yeah, two abreast, mate. Why would two cars drive alongside each other? They don't. Why should two cyclists be allowed to ride two abreast? I don't believe they should. I think it's dangerous for everyone involved. I'm coming up the hill, they're going down. Sorry guys, I've got nothing against cyclists. I have cycled for a great many years, and I consider myself to be a very proficient and cautious cyclist, and I do not take my safety something that I am entitled to. I take it something that should be protected. And just like being on a motorbike, why would you put yourself at risk for point of proving a point to some other road user? So I do find it a bit annoying when other people are prepared to put themselves at risk for the point of proving a point, that I'm a cyclist and you need to give way to me. Anyway, rant over. Sorry, not sorry at all actually. But anyway, Taffy is good. She is fine. She's been out on her bike and she's loving it. We've made some adjustments to the bike. I've lowered the back end a bit more again, and yeah, it's better. She's happier with it, so I'm really glad to hear that, because it's just been a little bit too tall for her ever since she's had it. We made it a little bit lower and it was a little bit better, but now we've made it even lower again and it's that little bit better again, and she's happier and more confident on it. And that's always a good thing, right? You know, I'm talking rubbish of course, but yeah, so she's good, she's happy. The Ninja is in very rude health and riding very well, regardless of the fact that it also has a lithium battery fitted. So yeah, that's cool. Go on mate, carry on. So yes, what is going on with the Grizz? So yeah, I've been working, had a lovely time up at the MCN festival. I haven't shared as many photos as I should have done, and I need to share some more, but I almost feel like I missed the boat a little bit and feel a bit like, oh, here is these photos from like a month ago. You know, I'm still posting photos from a month ago, but the difference is like when I go there, I'm like, when I do these events, is getting there and then, you know, going around taking all the photos and video like I did, and I absolutely loved it, and then getting us back home and being tired from it all, and I guess not really having loads of energy and time, more so, whilst trying to fit it around my full-time job to share everything. But I've tried hard to share everything, and I will share some more because I have got some cracking photos of some beautiful bikes. I did share some photos of what I consider to be one of the most beautiful British made motorcycles, CCM. I absolutely adore them. I have done for like forever, and they make a lot of sense to me, those bikes, because they're not huge CC, they're not huge powerful bikes, but all that you need really for a ride out on the UK roads. And the workmanship that goes into these bikes, they're all like handcrafted, or you know, and some of it CNC, kind of machine made as such. There's a bit of mixture of both, but it's just such a beautiful bike. And I shared some of those on Twitter and Instagram, some of the photos, and CCM contacted me and said, why don't you come up to the factory and have a walk around and ride a bike? Maybe I'll get to ride more than one bike, I'm not sure yet, but I'll be honoured just to ride one, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I've had a chat with them. They are all the way up in Bolton, which is 4 hours away from me, so I said I'm going. So we're going next month sometime, and I'm really looking forward to that, to having a walk around their factory and trying out one of their bikes. I can't wait actually guys, loving it. Feel super lucky for that and honoured yet again. Yeah, I've said it so many times, but I really do want to put more in and give more of my energy and more of my time, and I don't have much of either, to be quite frank, but I will keep trying guys, and I'll keep trying to keep it real. And I do thank everyone that messages me and says, Grizz, I love your videos, I just love it that you know, there's no BS in the vids, you know, I keep things real, you know, which I do, I guess. I guess I'm a little bit of a show-off, because you have to be a little bit of a show-off in order to do what I'm doing, you know, to go online on Twitter and Instagram and share a daily picture saying, "Ooh, look at me, I'm amazing." I'm not really amazing. I'm just a regular guy that actually spends way too much on something that he has a massive passion for. Yeah, and I feel super flipping lucky. So I broke down here, and I pushed it forever, pushed it all the way out along here. I'll keep going, I'll tell you where I stopped. Yeah, so the 916 is a heavy lump. It's a big old heavy lump, and it's not, you know, it's okay, it's not as heavy as some of the heavier bikes, logically, but it's not a lightweight. So yeah, it was interesting. There was a few little bits of downhill stuff. I think I might have got a little bit of speed. I tried bump starting it loads, but it wouldn't bump start, basically. Here wasn't too bad, and then I hit another hill. It doesn't actually look so bad now I'm riding it, but it was a good, I think it's 4 miles in total. Might be 3, but I think it's 4. So let's go down here. But yeah, the 916. Oh, what is going on here? Why are people being planks? Look at this guy trying to overtake, coming down the lane. Oh, he's being towed. He wasn't trying to overtake. I just love it up here. What I want to do, guys, I want to get off-road. Let me just pull over here. Can I find somewhere sensible? I mean, I wouldn't be able to get off and just jump into a field here, I know. But, could I get the side stand down? Oh, they got racing over there. I don't really think I can go in and see it without paying. But I just really get the feel for wanting, not a field like this, but to get off road and on that track up there in the mountain, just going along and up through some forest or something, and getting away from everything and just chilling. I love the Punisher. I love my road bikes. I love riding on the road. I drive on the road for a living all day. And as much as I still love, very much so, getting out on 2 wheels on the road for a ride, I think getting out, doing that bit of green laning would just be an amazing experience. And I want to, I'm strongly wanting to do that, because I think it would be really good. There's another fellow. Is this guy alright? See if he's okay. You alright? Yeah? Okay. He's alright. So, yeah. Always do that, guys. Always check and stop and ask, because they might be able to do something for someone. He's on his phone. I couldn't get a phone signal here, so I don't know what network he's on, but mine didn't work. I'm with a Smarty. It wasn't very smart because I couldn't get a signal. But I could get up there. Can I get up there? Is there a lane? There's a muddy lane. Yeah, I just fancy getting out and just doing a bit of exploring. I can't drive up there. So going down here was excellent. It was just okay. This is a breeze. And yeah, I tried bump starting it many times. It wouldn't start. Just wasn't having it. But what was I saying? Yeah, getting off-road, it highly appeals to me. I'll be honest, I've got a couple of things in the pipework. I'm trying to sell, or I'm gonna sell, the Hayabusa, I've been saying it on and off, I know, for a long time, and you're all really bored of it. But I'll be honest, it's not been easy. I'm great at buying these bikes and doing them up, but I don't find it very easy to let them go, even when I really should be. But I'm thinking about getting rid of the Hayabusa, and I've been looking at a Gixxer 1000 from a mate, and I'm waiting for him to make his mind up whether or not he wants to sell it to me. But it is a rather nice one, so I'm hoping that will pull off. But if it doesn't, I'm also quite tempted then to possibly either get a trailer or a van of sorts, so that I could get a couple of bikes in the back, or a people carrier maybe, and go away to places like Salisbury Plain with Taffy and put in some kind of days out kind of Green Lane and as such, this is very bouncy. So yeah, I'm tempted for all of that. So we're going to see where all that goes. So I'm strongly tempted, and the cost of living is really kind of starting to slap me hard in the face. I mean, we're okay, we will continue to be okay, I'm not really worried, but I do start thinking to myself, how many more years can I justify spending so much money on so many bikes, which are basically just really enjoyed by me. And as I've said many times before, I just end up spending a massive amount of that time maintaining them and not really riding them. So a big part of me would like to downsize big time, have less outgoings, and have some more disposable money to enjoy two wheels, to get out and do more things, not be in the garage working on them. How is my battery looking? It's getting low. There he goes, he's alright. So let's turn this off. I've had problems with my footage, and I don't want to lose stuff. So I'm turning that off a sec. Turn the bike off. Change the battery over. So yeah, I mean, the cost of living, guys, is just getting ridiculous. So I went, there's, okay, I'm a celiac, yeah, and there's only certain foods I can eat. Sorry, I had to delete a bit there because I had all my cards out on display. I didn't think about what I was doing. Yeah, I'm a celiac, so buying a lot of the food that I'm kind of restricted to is very expensive stuff. And like some of the things I like as a treat would be some spare ribs, say some sweet spare ribs, which I like maybe once a week. I won't go through all of my shopping, but just for example, that has now gone from, how much was it? It was £3.75 for some ribs, and I would share half of that with Taffy. And now it's gone up to £6 I mean, that is so expensive. So flipping expensive. But isn't it so beautiful and peaceful? I mean, if I had an off-roader, I think I would feel bad almost for coming out and like disturbing the peace, But I'm kind of drawn to it. I think it would be good for me as well, health-wise, because it would, I found that there's things like, for me, I'm going to get riding again because I'm just stood around talking rubbish. I'm talking rubbish, but there's things like that experience of pushing the 916. This is where I pushed it to, and I ended up pushing it into this cafe. I'll take you up there. And that was where I met a lovely guy that gave me a lift home. No, I don't want that. I want it on video. Cool, that started. Yeah, now, as I've said before, I was sick some years ago. How many years ago was it now? Let's put it in gear, it's a good idea. It was like, I fell sick. Oh, bugger. in 2003, let's say, and I recovered-ish, started to recover in about 2010. Things weren't perfect then, and things haven't been perfect since, but I'm a lot better. But I keep underestimating my ability, and I keep kind of giving myself limits. So here was the cafe, I pushed it into here. So that was the push of me breaking down on the 916. I don't want to repeat that again. So yeah, I keep kind of setting myself limits, I guess, and it wasn't until I do things like pushing the Ducati home that I start to realise that, and like the days after, I was sore, but I wasn't horrendous. You know, it wasn't unlivable, it wasn't unbearable, and I thought, you know what, I actually cope with that a lot better than I thought I would. And I want to get out and do more things which kind of pushes those limits in my mind, you know, those kind of physical limits I've set myself over the years. And it's a real hard one to overcome. It's not until you actually lose everything, until you are, how can I put it, until you are like so bad and that you end up in a wheelchair, and like just lifting a cup of tea to your mouth is an effort. And that was where I was for 6 years, believe it or not, of my life. And it did affect me quite heavily mentally, I guess. And I guess I've had to be strong to pull myself out of it. Taffy and my family have definitely been a massive help, and I can never thank them enough. All of my family and my friends, and obviously Taffy, they've all helped me, and they continue to help me. And I can't say I am perfect now, because I am not, but I'm a lot better, and I'm a lot better than I give myself credit for. So I want to get out more, I want to do more, I want to try more things. I don't want to put myself in this kind of safety net, you know, wrap myself up in cotton wool. I want to get out there and experience and enjoy and share more, you know. Things aren't the way I would like them to be, let's say, just they're not. You know, I'm so much more capable, or used to be even more capable than I am nowadays, and I'm still actually better than I think I am. Does that make any sense? I don't know, guys. I'm talking a lot of stuff today. I'm sharing on another level, and I'm doing this because, you know, a lot of people look from the outside in and just look at me and probably see me as this boastful show-off. Well, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm this guy who has worked flipping hard for everything, absolutely everything, monetary and health-wise. And yeah, I'm just a happy person, really. Overall, I'm happy and proud to show and share what I've got, and just hope that it cheers other people up. That's all. That's my main objective, is really actually to bring some light and enjoyment to others. It's not to show off. You know, the bikes are great, but in all honesty, I'm like one step off of selling them all. Apart from the Punisher, this baby is not going anywhere. They mean a lot to me, and I think actually it does draw in a lot of attention to the channel. But can I live without it? Yes, I can, because it's not until you lose everything that you realise the true values in life. And the true values in life are the ones that are close to you, and the ones that put a smile on your face, and things that put a smile on your face. And yeah, enjoy your motorbikes. And I guess it's become a real obsession for me, and I'm quite an obsessive person in everything that I do. I'm quite obsessive, I guess. Not everything, but most things I'm quite obsessive. And I like to do it, live life to the full as best as I can, you know. How deep am I getting, guys? It's all a bit much. So yeah, in essence, basically, I just want to do more. I want to get and do more. I want to do everything. I want to do track days. I want to do green laning. I want to own a 916 and an RSV4, you know. But I can't really. Financially, I can't. Physically, am I able to do all these things? Am I able to go off green laning? Am I able to do a track day? I don't know. Large question marks for me, to be honest. But it isn't until I'm going to try these things that I'm going to know. But I do also need the money to do them. So it's a bit of a, you know, have my money tied up in bikes and like say, look at all my bikes, or get on and have some life experiences. I think you know which one you would choose. So if I do choose that one, I just hope you all understand that that is my choice. And that is my reason for doing things. And yes, there may well be changes coming, and some probably very drastic ones. But I'm you know, I'm just a guy, just a bloody guy. That's it. Just a guy who likes farting around with motorbikes and loves sharing it. So look, I think I'm going to call it there, because I'll have you all in tears at this rate. Oh god, I'm gonna have some more fun on the Punisher, and yeah, I'm gonna have a little ride, and I just enjoy this ride, and I will catch you on the next vlog, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog. It's been a bit of a different one. I've been so sharing and so open. Yeah, but I hope you're all well. Hope you're all fitting well, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Much love. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.